All right, welcome in everybody. Today is Wednesday here on the BGSM Show. Um, Today is Wild and What If Wednesday. So we're going to have a couple of things we want to talk about, right? And first of all, before we get into what we're going to talk about, though, I have to introduce my buddy that's here with me. He's on Twitch as well, but I'll let him plug that information. Joining me like he almost always does is my boy Joe. Joe, tell me what is going on. How you doing on this Wednesday, brother?
What's going on? Life is good. I'm not knocked yet, but if I am, please revive me. If I get knocked in this lobby section here, that will be the proof of the pudding. I need that to happen someday. Epic, make it happen.
All right, Joe, are you live as well right now?
Yep, I am.
And what's your Twitch account?
You can find me twitch.tv/knocked please revive.
Perfect. And are you still doing the TikTok thing?
I am. I've kind of taken a break, but I'll be putting some more videos out there here soon. TikTok.com/knocked please revive as well, all spelled out.
Perfect. So not the PLS like you have on your username on
Nope.
PlayStation, right?
Epic is the only one that shortchanged me.
Okay. Perfect. Well, so you can find all my stuff. It's MMEALS25 everywhere. Instagram, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and TikTok, of course. But so today, what we're going to do, we got two things that we're going to talk about. We're going to continue the fat guy conversation. We are going to go with a snake draft of our top 5 fast food sauces. Now, this is another one of those things, kind of like when we do the Mount Rushmore thing, when we've done some of our other picks and whatnot. And I know the second topic today will kind of play into this because we are not going to have a super hard set rule on what constitutes fast food. It's open for interpretation, right? So for me, I went with you have to have a drive-through capability, and it has to be your food is served in individual containers that you eat out of, right? So case in point, just down the road from my house, there is a Little Caesars. I know they have hot and ready, but pizza, especially Little Caesars, I don't consider that fast food. On the other hand, something like Chick-fil-A is obviously fast food, right? Like you go in, you order, you get your food, you take off out of there. So that's kind of how I defined it. I know it'll be a little bit different, and what you consider your sauces as well. Does it have to be something that comes in a packet that you can just get? Is it something that they have there you can get in a cup on the side? So we'll kind of get into some of that stuff. I do have one. I think you're going to have one as well, that it's a sauce that goes on an item, and you probably could get it on the side, but it's kind of like not just one that you get and dip stuff in or whatever. But we'll go through those. But then the other thing that we're going to talk about today, because of the what if conversation, we're going to continue with that, only this is baseball related. We're going to go back to, if you recall, when we were talking about Nick Saban and Rich Rodriguez, what would happen if Rich Rod would have taken the Alabama job? With it being baseball season, we're going to talk about the what ifs from the MLB draft and minor leagues and whatever, right? And Joe, I know I mentioned this to you before. I hate to rub this into you. This is the one time on the show I'm not going to try to be an asshole to you. But the running joke, obviously, is that, the Tigers in 2014 in the 37th round picked a high school baseball player named Pat Mahomes, who ended up now being the Super Bowl winning quarterback before the Lions have ever drafted a Super Bowl winning quarterback until Matt Stafford, obviously, right?
But you could have just left it there. You didn't have to go with the extra dagger.
I got to get them all in, buddy. But so we're going to talk about some of those what ifs and some of those draft stories that we know. I know Major League Baseball draft is nowhere near like the NFL draft where it's a big event, guys make a sudden impact, but there is going to be some fun stuff there. Obviously, there are some notable guys that we'll bring up as well.
I'm just glad that the Tigers drafted Patty Mahomes and not Russ Wilson like the Rockies, and I don't have to hear Tigers Nation, let's bite.
Or who was it? Was it Oakland that took Kyler Murray?
Yeah, Oakland, yeah, and paid him a lot of money.
A lot of money for him to not come and play for him. So, all right. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead. We'll get flipped over here. We'll start with, what do you want to start with, baseball, or do you want to start with the fat guy talk?
Let's talk fat man alert. Fat man alert. Fat man alert.
That works. We'll flip it over. We're going to do this draft snake style. So, Joe, I know you're not watching my stream. On between 1 and 10, I'm going to hold up a certain number of fingers.
Oh, no.
How many fingers am I holding up? If you're close, if you're above or below it, we'll go that way. We'll try to figure it out. So we'll determine the first pick.
Well, you could be given the peace sign, but I don't think you are. I'm going 6.
I was at 8, so you're close. So we'll let you have first pick in the Fat Man Sauce draft.
All right, so I'm giving my top 4, right?
No,
Right
just your very first one, and then
Okay.
my first pick, and then I start the second round. So it will snake back and forth.
Gotcha. So, I'm not a sauce guy. I found out during this. I eat things dry. How boring is that? What kind of human being am I? But there are some sauces I was able to find. But I mean, I was just like, really? I couldn't think of sauces. But the number 1 sauce on my list is retired.
Oh.
It's no longer in service.
Oh.
But it was my favorite sauce I've ever had. Lava sauce at Taco Bell.
See, I don't remember the lava sauce.
Lava sauce. It was on the volcano burrito and the volcano line. They had volcano tacos. They had volcano everything. You could get it as a sauce in a cup as well if you asked for it. And I just got that and everything I ate there. It was actually hot. I'm a spicy guy. I like spicy sauces. And when you go to fast food restaurants, they'll have a spicy sauce. 99% of the time, it's not spicy.
Yep.
The lava sauce, it hit the spot, though.
I got somebody in my chat already saying I live in the Stone Ages. You'd think if I'm that old, Milo, I would remember lava sauce. I'll let you have that one, Joe. By the way, we have crowns from our last game that we played, so pick where we're going.
Oh, snap.
I would say back up here, but that's my vote. All right.
I vote for it, too.
So
somebody in the comments is with me.
I have no idea. This person I know for a fact eats a lot of Taco Bell, so they probably remember the or the lava sauce because they used to work with me and we used to go to Taco Bell quite a bit. But so I'm going to take my first round pick is Chick-fil-A honey barbecue sauce. Now, when you go to Chick-fil-A, they have their regular barbecue, which is the one that comes in like the plastic packet. But the honey barbecue, it comes in like the packets, like the like ketchup packets. They don't have it in the plastic dippy one, but it is their best sauce. And I know a lot of people love Chick-fil-A, so I'm gonna go with that one. For what it's worth, Renegade says he's never heard of the lava sauce either. So.
Oh, I've given him the lava sauce.
He also says, but I probably had Taco Bell twice in the last 10 years, so. So, yeah, I'm going with the honey barbecue. Now, I will tell you, for my second pick, I am going to go back to Taco Bell, and it's one that I've mentioned to you multiple times. I know when we've been talking about this. If you ever go and get a, what do they call it, the chicken quesadilla, on the chicken quesadilla, they have the, oh, hell, I'm drawing a blank here. The creamy jalapeno sauce.
The jalapeno sauce. Yep.
And that is good stuff.
All right. All right.
And Low Meals is in my chat here, giving away all my secrets that I go to Taco Bell and weigh myself before and after.
Or how much you lose after you eat.
That's what she's going for, yeah.
So this creamy jalapeno.
That's love right there, boys and girls, I'll just tell you.
Now this creamy jalapeno sauce that you've got.
Yep.
Now are you just putting it on the stuff it comes on? Are you getting it loose?
Oh no, I will get it like with the I will get it and just dip everything I have in it. Like I'll get the cup of it and I'll put what do you call it? The are you fighting somebody?
Yep. It's not a real person.
Like I'll obviously I dip my quesadilla in it, but then I will take a like I put it on a 5-layer burrito. I'll put it on like I'll dip my taco in it. Like if I get a taco, because I always get the quesadilla meal.
Right. Mexican pizza for me.
There
now,
you go, Joe.
Now I will say, like. Taco Bell is not going to be in my top choices.
There's gold and all kinds of stuff down here, so come down to the vault when you're ready. Renegade in the chat just said that he's disappointed no one said their number one was Renegade's butter.
Oh my god.
Fucking kids,
honey butter?
I tell ya. Now the honey butter,
like
that's one I didn't even put on. On my list. If you're not near a Whataburger, you're missing out on their honey butter.
I've never been to a Whataburger.
Yeah, their chicken honey butter biscuits they have on their breakfast menu.
Oh, that's like Biscuitville here in the North Carolina area. Now let's go back real quick. Let's go real back.
It's about damn time.
Uh-oh.
Low Meals just told Renegade that his exes aren't in this chat, so nobody's picking his butter. It's about time somebody else is catching those trays.
Oh. Is there anything special about the Chick-fil-A barbecue sauce? Is it your favorite barbecue sauce of the fast foods, or is it just a good sauce overall?
It's my favorite barbecue sauce, yeah.
Okay.
I will tell you that. Although I do have another barbecue sauce on my list. As one of my underrated sauces, actually. But
so I mentioned lava sauce earlier.
Yep. So also, you got 2 picks now, by the way.
So the honorable mention, I'm going to do the honorable mention that I forgot. Fire sauce at Taco Bell. If you're looking for a weak hot sauce, I usually bring my own hot sauce to Taco Bell. I know that sounds terrible. For some reason. But if you have to, that's okay. Let's see if I can talk. Nope, I can't talk and shoot because I just shot a shotgun 14 miles away. Rotado. Bye-bye, Rotado.
Renegade says, I feel like KPR just went to Taco Bell for his research.
Right? All right, so I'm switching up on you. And I'm going to, I don't know if this is considered fast food or not, but I consider it fast food, Subway.
Okay.
Do you go to Subway ever?
Yeah.
There are 2 sauces there that are just, I would put on any sandwich I ever eat.
Renegade said number 3 is going to be your mild sauce from Taco Bell because that's all you went for. All right.
Sweet onion
Subway.
sauce.
Dude.
Sweet onion sauce.
That was on my list. Yep. The sweet onion, chicken teriyaki, whatever sauce. Yep.
Oh. And then the Parmesan vinaigrette. If you're eating an Italian sandwich.
I don't know that I've had the vinaigrette.
It's a newer thing that they added in the last couple years.
Yeah.
And you know, when I go to Subway, I'm taking a foot long. But yeah, the sweet onion sauce specifically,
it's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah, I like that one. The Subways around here, hasn't been all of them, all the subways, at least that I've seen. There's fighting on the far side of Classy here. But the subways around here over the last year or so have went to, what do you call it?
Footsteps. I thought I had my sniper out. I had my DMR.
They went to using they have a buffalo chicken one that they make now. And it's really good.
Alright, so those are my 2 sauces. That is my crown, you bastard. Oh, watch the language, Joe.
Where's
It's kid-friendly. This is a kid-friendly show.
Alright. Hold on, I'm trying to get over here.
Oh no, don't lose both of them though. All this work for me, Mike. It means a lot to me.
I do what I can. Alright, so the next one on my list, I will tell you, I think that is, again, one of these ones that if you're not near one, you're really missing out on it. Come down and get your crown before you go do anything else. That's gonna go well. There you go. You said that you've never been there, but I'll tell you right now, Whataburger has spicy ketchup. So it's like a jalapeno ketchup, and it is amazing. And I'm a ketchup guy. Like, I put ketchup on everything, and it is easily the best version of ketchup there is out there. So that's my my first of 2 picks here. And then my next one is one that we've kind of talked about on this program a little bit before. Oh shit, we both need shield, don't we? I went with the Zaxby sauce.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I like all of Zaxby's sauces.
Yeah, no, Zaxby's is it. I'll tell you this: it was really hard not to put cane sauce on there, because I like cane sauce too. But the problem that I had, I've mentioned this before, the problem with cane sauce is that is the only thing that you eat there. There's a big pot right there. Yep. Like when you go to Cane's, you get the cane sauce because you want to put everything in it. Because nothing else there is. I mean, their chicken is mid at best. Like by itself, it's not very good. Zaxby's chicken is actually good. Now,
those might be biting words in the comments. I don't know.
That being said, I love going to Cane's and getting cane sauce and literally, like I said, dip everything. Hell, I put my my French fries in it. And like I said, I'm a ketchup guy. I don't even use ketchup when I go to Cane's because I just buy like 4 extra sauces.
Well, I hate to tell you, but you picked the wrong chicken place and the wrong sauce.
I don't believe that, but what do you got? You got 2 picks now, right? Like, let's see, 1, 2.
All right, so this is cheating because it's not, unless you have clogged arteries, the gravy is not a sauce. But Popeye's Cajun gravy. Popeye's Cajun gravy. I go to Popeye's like once or twice a year.
Shit, I was sitting right above that.
I get that Cajun gravy and I pour it on everything. My
I don't
legs,
know that I've ever had the gravy from Popeyes.
Oh, it's good. I don't even like the mashed potatoes, but I get them because of the gravy.
Now, I've had their gravy on my mashed potatoes, yeah. Ooh, that's a good one. Renegade says, surprise one for you to try, the honey mustard from Papa John's.
Really?
I never would have thought of that.
I don't typically go to Papa John's either, but maybe I will have to.
I like how you ran right past the zip line, by the way.
I got an agenda, Mike.
It's fine.
I have to get a scope on this sniper rifle.
Then get up here.
Oh, I'm in the... Oh, yeah, I could have done that, huh?
Yeah.
But there's gold down here, so I was getting that because I'm low on gold. And so, you know, I just had... My intuition was telling me.
So, so Renegade asked, so gravy's a sauce?
Yes, I got clogged arteries.
Hey, like I said, we're going to leave this up to your own interpretation.
Dude, I use it as a sauce. I dip fries in it. I put my biscuit in it. I don't... Whatever is
What
around.
you do with your biscuits, your own prerogative, Joe. I ain't here to judge you on that.
You don't want to hear the details either, do you?
Alright, so I'll go ahead and list off a couple of my honorable mentions since I got the last two.
Okay.
Obviously, cane sauce is an honorable mention. Somebody just, they're coming up. They're here.
72. Oh, I got both of them weak, Mike.
Joe, I can't save your crown up here, buddy.
I don't care.
Where is the closest reboot?
I'm just proud I got them low. Both of them. I hate when the game glitches out and I can't hear any of your audio. Ooh, 10 left.
So yeah, so cane sauce is one of my honorable mentions. One of the other ones that is grossly underrated, I think, and it has to only be in this one way. But if you go to Jack in the Box and get their tacos, which are terrible anyways, you can go back up there and get your stuff.
Oh, my crown just disappeared.
Their tacos are bad, but they have the what do you call them? The taco sauce, and I put it on my French fries.
Ooh,
and it is really good because it's got a little bit of kick to it, so it's kind of like a hot sauce on them. It's a grossly underrated thing. You should try that sometime.
I'll try that.
I also had, the Subway teriyaki sauce, but my last pick is the 3-pepper sauce from Arby's.
Oh, yeah! That's what I'm talking about!
I love that one. And it's one you can only get in packets or get it at the restaurant. Not all of them seem to have it, but it is really good. And everybody else always gets horsey sauce or the Arby's sauce, which, that's fine.
No 3-pepper sauce.
The 3-pepper sauce is the bomb.
If you ain't doing 3-pepper, you're doing it wrong.
All right, I'm over here at this rock, so
I'm trying to
you need to
to the pad.
You need to get over here, get out of the storm.
No, I want the wings.
So, yeah, that's our fat guy discussion. Did you have any other ones that you had on your list?
Honorable mention, I figured I needed a barbecue sauce. If I'm going fast food, I'm not a big fan of any of the sauces specifically, but Wendy's is my favorite because it's more bold and smoky than the other ones.
I do like Wendy's barbecue sauce. My second barbecue sauce that I was hinting at earlier, there is a scanner bot that way.
Okay.
I know, like, I probably get ridiculed for this, but I like McDonald's barbecue sauce.
Oh, If you like sweet and tangy, it's really good.
Yep. Well, and that's
I won't ridicule you
there's
on that
people
one.
right here too.
Okay, getting this med kit down here.
116 on that guy.
Shit,
He's
wrong
fighting someone else.
one. Did you get him?
Nope.
Anja.
Yep. Is that you on a bike?
Yep.
Alright, I'm getting to zone.
Is there a reason you didn't take the medallion?
Nah, I don't like it. I don't want people to know where I am.
We'll leave it.
Oh, there's fighting back here too. He's right here in the storm, Joe. There you go.
Got him.
Do you have med kits by chance?
I don't. I should have stayed by you. That works.
Alright, 6 left. And they're fighting over here. Let's get the zone and we can try to set up the popping.
Going up to that building.
Yep, I'm up in the graveyard. They're at the vault.
I see their bot.
Knocked one. They just went back
They're
down
back
in
in
the
the-
vault.
Yep. That's fine. The storm's coming. They're literally stuck in there.
Yeah, they're going to come out. Charging out in a second. But they were fighting somebody else back this way.
Oh, they're out. They're out. They're by this wreck here.
Knocked the Christmas tree. Alright, one team left, Joe. One guy
Oh, they
left,
just-
Joe.
Yep. They just.
Hey, how about that shit?
Oh, back in '74.
That's a hell of a way to start it, Joe.
Yes. Too bad I died twice and lost my crown of riches.
What'd you end up with? 2 kills, 4 assists? And you
Yep.
clutched up and revived me, so that's a good one.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
I missed this one. Renegade said, one of my favorite sauces is literally any butter that I'm dipping lobster in.
Oh, that's a good point. With garlic.
But that's not fast food. You know what I mean? Like, if you had fast food going on that, unless there's a fast food lobster place well, in Maryland or something, there might be, I reckon, but.
All right, here's an ultra fat man sauce.
Uh-huh.
Hardee's, which is an ultra fat man restaurant.
Yeah.
Breakfast,
Carl's
Hardee's
Jr.
breakfast. It's same thing. The greasy breakfast. They've got salsa in a packet, and you would think it'd be nasty.
Okay.
But for some reason, it's great. Or I'm just nasty. One of the two.
I don't know that I've ever had their salsa, to be honest with you. Now, I haven't been to Carl's Jr. in forever, but I used to like, they had like a barbecue burger, like bacon and an onion ring on it. And I remember that was good, but it's been forever since I've been there.
Yeah, I know. I've only had their breakfast. I don't like them. I don't like their dinner stuff. Typically.
Now I'm trying to think. I know we got Carl's Jr.'s and stuff for parties or whatever them around here, but I don't even know where the closest one is.
Peach shake too. There you go. Everybody talks about the Shamrock Shake, but it's all about the peach shake.
Let's just be honest. The Shamrock Shake is Crest toothpaste and ice cream mixed together. I don't like the Shamrock Shake, and it's not as bad as the McRib as far as like, you know, the McRib is terrible. Like, I hate the McRib, but I will tell you that about every 2 or 3 years, when one of them comes back, I always am like, oh, I'm at McDonald's, it sounds good, let me try it, and then I remember it's fucking the worst.
The best shake that I've ever had from a fast food restaurant was from Arby's. You ever had the Jamocha shake?
Oh, that's what I get.
You like coffee?
Dude.
Okay.
Take the Jamocha shake, have them make it half Jamocha, half chocolate.
Ooh, I'll have to try that.
That is good ice cream right there. And as a self-proclaimed and obviously, as you can see on my stream, Fat Man, I know my Fat Man food.
Listen, Arby's is the ultimate Fat Man fast food place. There's no question in my mind.
And it's just enough where they try to make it at least seem like it's healthy because it's roast beef.
Right. Or like you're getting a small portion. I mean, you got curly fries. Weak. Got him. Got one. Got two. I mean, you get curly fries. Nobody's getting one beef and cheddar. They can tell you they are, or they can act like they are. But you do it when they got the 2 for whatever deal. People are getting 2 of them.
Oh yeah.
You got the best sauce. But man, I'll tell you what though, you can roll into that place and all of a sudden
you can drop some money in an heartbeat.
Yeah, you can drop some money real fast.
I think that last game was just makeup for the game let me die yesterday in such a tragic way.
Are you rubber banding today at all?
Not yet. Not yet.
What today makes me realize is that I don't go to enough fast food restaurants. I've been to Chick-fil-A maybe 3 times in my life.
Well, and I mean,
I've never been to Whataburger. I've never been to Jack in the Box.
Really? Now let me ask you this: is there Whataburger near you? Because I know, like in Florida, there were some of them.
Right.
There's still some gold in the vault, by the way.
If I didn't live in Timbuktu, there'd probably be one near me. There are some like in the Charlotte area. You know what's underrated as a I don't consider it fast food, but it's close.
What's that?
You ever been to Shake Shack?
No, and we actually come here. We have one now somewhere in Houston, I believe, but I've never been there.
It's pretty good, but it is expensive, but it's basically fast food.
You know what would be
It's
really
Chick-fil-A
good
burgers.
right now?
I'm hungry, dude.
If
Just talking
Renegade,
about sauces.
if Renegade was here, he would have went and hired the bot for him. And yeah, I probably should have ate lunch before that discussion.
I do have a question to Renegade if he's still here. How does one discover at a pizza place that the honey mustard is good?
Well, they have like boneless.
Oh, they
wings
probably
and
have
stuff.
sandwiches, don't they?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, okay.
They might. I honestly couldn't tell you.
Even as long as he's not putting it on the pizza, we can still be friends.
Man, I don't know. That sounds like that would be terrible.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Let's run over here to the bot. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. But he said
And
something
pizza
about,
sauces,
what
it's
was it he said?
He might have said that he puts it on a sandwich or something and I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, he said he gets the boneless wings and dips them in the honey mustard.
Oh, okay. That works. Now, pizza sauces are a whole different gambit, but you want to be on real Fat Man Alert? Grab you a garlic sauce from one of the chains.
Okay.
It's like it feels like you're eating garlic butter straight. Watch out, world! I've got me a hand cannon.
The excuse me. The dipping sauce that Papa John's has, their garlic one. If you get extra butter, extra of that stuff, that's actually a really good little sauce to cook with. Just FYI.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know why, dude. Hey, come here. Here's what I need you to do. Hit your start button.
Okay.
And then go to your settings.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay.
No, that's the map. Get out of that one. Hit the start
I'm
button.
on the settings.
Yeah, go to settings. Hit R1.
Okay.
Hit one more time. Yes, I'm watching Joe's
How can
screen.
you see my screen?
One more.
Oh, okay.
So you want to be on that one. Okay. Okay, you can get out of there. I don't know why, dude. I've got, every time you're the party leader, I get the low signal. And I was wondering, I want to make sure we weren't on the damn, the Australian server or something.
Maybe it's because mine's connected to Wi-Fi and I don't have it connected hardwired.
No, I'm talking, I was looking at what server you had us on. And it looks like you're on NAE, so you're on the one that it'd be the best one for you.
I had a low signal just now too. Now it's gone though.
All right. Well, we can try to get here, and there's the splash bot that you can hire.
Sure.
You got wings or shockwaves or anything?
Nope.
All right. Stand right here.
Yes.
Figured that would help you out. Let's see if the splash bot's still here. I don't see her on my screen, so I think somebody's already got her. Because she'd be on this tower.
Is she up in the tower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's definitely cleared this all out already. There's
Why would they hire her but not go up to the Ultra box?
the Ultra Box. What's that?
I've got not the Ultra box, the blue boxes, whatever they call those.
Oh, I have no idea.
Free frenzy up there if you want it.
I've got a purple gatekeeper right now.
That's what I got. Just traded it for.
All right.
Oops.
So where do we want to go next? We got a bounty.
Where do we go from here? Oh. Hey. What the hell's going on? Mega Yee! Who are you shooting, bot? Oh.
Teammates still around here. Oh, up on the... There we go. Alright, so what I was saying is, that's either a medallion or a bounty, but that's kind of weird. Because there's other things showing.
Try and get these splashes.
Oh, let's see. Alright, well, Joe, I'm going to go ahead and we'll start changing subjects. Let's move towards reckless railways while we're at it.
Sounds good.
So I want to talk about with baseball the what ifs, right? What would have happened if
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
things had worked out differently or whatever? You know, you didn't have the options because, you know, we were talking the other day. I mentioned the guy that grew up in our hometown that's a pitching coach for the Reds in their organization. And I know, like, when he got drafted, I remember him saying that he, there is shooting somewhere in Reckless. But he ended up getting drafted and really didn't have a choice on where to sign because he was like a senior in high school or a senior in college when he was drafted. Where is that? There's somebody over there chaining.
Yep. They're in where Poseidon is, usually. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Or they just left.
I just don't have... Oh, they're right over here. They just went back that way. I just don't have anything long range to shoot them with right now. Oh, they just winged away.
Just missed them.
He's right there. He's got a chain.
Oh, yep, there's Poseidon. I see Poseidon. Why does it do more damage than 57?
Because you're using a DMR? Oh.
No, I was using a hand cannon. Ah! What do you think was going to happen, Joe? He's had the glint on you for 15 minutes. Man.
Some bitch.
Some beach.
So,
Somewhere.
as I was saying, right, like there's been a lot of these what ifs and whatever, right? And I mentioned Patrick Mahomes already. Some of the notable ones that I think are kind of an interesting thing that baseball has that other sports don't. And I was kind of going over these with you earlier before we went online, but like in 2005, the Angels drafted Buster Posey in the 50th round, couldn't sign him. The Astros in 1990 drafted Jason Varitek in the 23rd round, couldn't sign him.
Man.
In 2010, the Oakland Athletics selected Aaron Judge in the 31st round, couldn't sign him.
Ouch.
Which is a big ouch. 2010 also, Chris Bryant was drafted by the Blue Jays in the 18th round. 82 in the 4th round, the Braves picked Randy Johnson. Obviously didn't sign him. 91, Nomar was drafted by the Brewers. Nomar Garciaparra in the 5th round. In 2000 and in 2001, Ian Kinsler was drafted by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Could not get him signed either time, but he was drafted in the 29th and then the 26th round, respectively. And then the one I was kind of laughing about, we were talking about before we came on, in 1982, the San Francisco Giants in the 2nd round drafted an outfielder that wanted $75,000 a year to sign, and they only wanted to offer him $70,000. A guy who's, I believe you may have heard of him, a guy named Barry Bonds. Obviously, he went on to, Arizona State, and then got drafted by the Pirates, won a couple MVP awards there before he signed with San Francisco. So, when you look at the draft alone, obviously in baseball, it's a crapshoot out of all crapshoots, right? And then when you get prospects, I know, like we've talked about this before, that's a crapshoot. Like, you could have some of these guys could be the biggest prospect there is. One of the guys that we're going to talk about in a little bit, like Kyle Tucker, hey, when Tucker first made his big league appearance, I thought he was going to be a 4A guy. Just because he could not put it together in the big league. And I've kind of talked about that before on here, how I believe it was kind of an issue with playing in front of crowds, and that kind of messed with him or something. Because when COVID happened, you know, Tucker ended up being just fine. Once he realized he could play against Major League Baseball players. Now, I bring all that up because the first time in our lifetime that it was really ever a thing that I can recall, and you may have another one, was J.D. Drew in 97, right? J.D. Drew, if you don't remember, was drafted, was it 2nd overall by Pittsburgh, or no, I'm sorry, by Philadelphia. Nice job, Joe. And obviously they couldn't sign him. If I remember right, he went and played in like the Atlantic League for a year or something. He played like independent ball. And then, you know, like that was just kind of the end of that saga with him. He eventually ended up making the bigs and whatever. But thank you, Fortnite 121G.
You good?
Yeah. But again, you know, it makes you think about what are the things that could have happened.
Like, what if Mike Trout didn't get drafted by the Angels? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, so the names that I have for you that I want to talk about, obviously are both Houston related. It's actually funny. There's somebody in my YouTube chat right now that is saying, he sent a trash can emoji, and then he said trash, and he says, "You're so trash." And it's like, yeah, we know. Like, tell me something that I don't understand. You're the idiot that's sitting at home or wherever,
bad gaming,
watching
sports, and more.
Right? Like,
what else do you need to know?
Like, I may be bad at this game, but you're the one that's watching it and commenting. So, you know, do you, boo? I'm good with that. But so the first name I want to bring up is Mark Appel. Right now, Mark.
Oh God.
Mark, if you, and I don't know, I remember telling you this before we came on air, but I don't know if you knew this before. Mark Appel was drafted by the Tigers in 2009 in the 15th round. Obviously, they didn't sign him. He went to school. I think he went to, was it Stanford?
Yeah, it was one of the Pac-12 schools.
All right, I'm going to try this. Let's see. Nope, I didn't get a good one.
Here, I'll trade you.
Do you want the, okay,
I'll
that
take
works.
the golden pistol. Can I take that?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, he goes to school. After his junior year, he's drafted by number 8 overall by Pittsburgh in 2012. Doesn't sign with Pittsburgh. Goes back into the draft the next year. Ends up getting drafted by Houston in 2013, first overall. And signs because he was out of, he's out of options at that point, right? Like, you can't go back to school after your senior year, obviously. So he's in Houston for a couple years. We ended up trading him to Philly and got Ken Giles out of it, so it worked for us. Oh my God, I'm like.
And he got to make a debut.
So
pitched for them out of the pen last year for a little bit.
Well, so that's what I was going to say, right? So he eventually, obviously, spent a long time in the minor league system with Philadelphia. Eventually makes it up, pitches in like 6 games in his COVID year, or in 21, something like that. Had a good stat line, but all told, he's only pitched something like 10 innings in the big league since then. So obviously did not live up to the draft hype or all the picks and whatever. So for us, it worked out because we had Ken Giles, and he was an integral part of a couple runs that we had as Houston Astros. But then the other one that is, in my mind, one of the funnest stories as an Astros fan was the next year when Houston took Brady Aiken, pitcher they took him in the first round, number 1. And by all accounts, he was getting ready to sign, and then supposedly there was an issue with like his UCL, and they thought that the story that I heard. Yes, my vocabulary is trash too, Renegade. Thank you. But so he's like drafted, has a has a deal in place. They ended up not signing him, right? So by MLB rules, he ends up the next year. Houston gets another pick, 1 spot later. So in the the 2015 draft, first round, Houston ends up with the the second and the 5th overall pick. The 1 pick, the Houston pick from that year, was the one they took Kyle Tucker on, who I was talking about earlier. The compensation pick that they made that year for number 2 ended up being Alex Bregman. And while it would have been fun and great to have somebody, a pitcher like Aiken, had he lived up to his potential, I'm not mad at it because that worked out obviously for Houston big time, right?
Right.
So my question is what happens if some of these guys, what if, who are some of your people that, you would have liked to have seen, or the ones that got away and whatever, right? Like, who are some of the names that you wish Detroit would have gotten that they had and they let go? I think one of the other ones is always, people always brings up, who was it? J.D. Martinez, right?
Yep.
Renegade, you have to say 8-ball, and then I think you have to ask it a question instead of just typing 8-ball.
So my regret starts right in 2023. This year.
Okay.
Or last year's draft. The Tigers have a chance to draft Wyatt Langford from Florida, outfielder, ready to play. They take Max Clark, a high school outfielder. Instead, Wyatt Langford is playing for the Rangers, the defending champions, right now as we speak.
We got people here.
So there's one right away. The biggest one in Tigers lore is obviously one that probably everybody's heard of.
Joe, where are you? I need your help.
I'm coming as fast as I can. I am.
Never mind, I'll kill them. I'll just kill them all.
You got them all?
Yep.
1987, the Tigers traded John Smoltz to the Braves for Doyle Alexander.
How'd that work out for you guys?
Doyle Alexander was great for the championship run that they made in '87. They won the division. It played its course, but John Smoltz obviously is a Hall of Famer and never pitched for his hometown team. He was born in Michigan, raised in Michigan, but was traded. That's the biggest one.
So, Renegade, type exclamation point 8-ball without the parentheses, and then ask your question.
Is he got a Joe-itis over there on the chat?
Yeah.
What's going on?
He's trying to ask the Magic 8-ball a question in my chat, but he's not formatting the question the right way. So it's just kind of funny.
Is he not using the trash emoji right?
I'm not really sure what's going on. No, it says that you have to put the command that's in the quotation in there, not that you have to use the quotations.
What are you typing JavaScript or something? Come on, man.
He just said he quit. He's done.
One other one for me that really kills me, because it was when I was a kid. 1998, the Tigers trade with the Houston Astros for one Luis Gonzalez. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Luis Gonzalez has a great year for us in 1998. Has his highest OPS of all time, or at that time, 853 OPS, or something to that number. The Tigers decide to trade him for Kareem Garcia. Luis Gonzalez went on to the next 99, 2000, 2001 to have the best 3 years of his career. 1.0, 1.1 OPSs, the home runs, the World Series. That one really hurt me as a kid because we never really got a chance to see him. And then as an adult recently, the one that's hurt the most, there's two. One's our friends are familiar with. Eugenio Suarez was a Detroit Tiger
Uh-huh.
and got traded for a negative in Alfredo Simon. And then we had all these great pitchers. Max Scherzer, Rick Porcello, right? We end up dumping them all. We get rid
I want to see if
of
this
Max
thing's
Scherzer.
working for Renegade. That's what I was doing, so I apologize.
Oh, it's okay.
But
We
now
get
it's
rid of
not
Max
working
Scherzer.
either. Oh, yeah. How did the Justin Verlander trade work out for you guys?
Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Like,
Shut
I
up.
feel like that was probably the best trade that you guys made ever.
At least the expectation for those guys weren't to do good. We traded Max Scherzer for Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray, you know the guy that had a 2-point-something ERA 2 years ago? How many starts do you think Detroit gave him before trading him?
10.
6. Freaking idiots. I mean, the list goes on and on for Detroit fans. The only one that I can think of that we benefited from was when the Astros waived J.D. Martinez. And that's the only one I can think of as a fan that we really benefited from.
The number of those guys, and I know like we were talking about it just now, but the number of guys that stuff happens with it really is crazy. You know, like the what ifs, what could have been, whatever.
Another recent one, Isak Paredes is supposed to be our second baseman of the future. He stinks. All they want to do, they get rid of him for a box of rocks to the Tampa Bay Rays. He leads the Rays in home runs last year. I mean, he's no Wander, you know what I'm saying? But
so he didn't lead the
gets the
minors,
job
and I'm not going there.
he left the minors alone, I guess. But
All right, so somebody's going to be going right over here because they got a supply drop coming in.
And then there's the draft picks or trades of prospects that you think are going to work out. They're just going to work out. There's no way that they're so good. I can't wait to see them. And then they never pan out.
Yeah.
Right across from us.
That was a bot, by the way.
Bot, think top, do bots. The guys like
I know I've mentioned
Justin
it before,
Thompson.
I
Ooh.
absolutely hate the reload animation on this Warforged.
Yep.
Like, it is easily my favorite AR that's in the game. I actually think it's an amazing gun, but there's like that second delay after it looks like it should be done reloading that it's not, and it is such a pain in the ass.
One of those guys I was really hoping that would do great. We got also in a trade from Houston for Brad Osmus. His name was Mitch Molesky. Never panned out.
Oh, there's 2 cars there. There's a car chasing him.
Oh, wow, there is 2.
There's 3.
Well, I guess we're in a good spot then. Forrest Whitley's in that category for you guys. He's been in the minors for what seems like 100 years.
Forrest Whitley?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that, by any and all accounts, is supposed to be the second coming of Justin Verlander. And he just can't seem to string it together in the big league club. But that's like, and I always get them confused. Which Hunter is the one for the red?
Hunter Green.
Hunter Green. Okay, so Hunter Brown, the Astro, like, this is a guy that literally modeled his game after Justin Verlander. Like, his, you know, even his wind-up and everything.
There's somebody in a... Sorry, my controller died. There is somebody in the bunker.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to get close enough my bot can scan them. Blah.
F it. I'm going for the crown. Screw it. Oh, they're fizzing up.
Yep.
Knocked one. He's in the corner. Got him. Is that all of them?
Yeah, I was out of ammo.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we gotta go.
I need wings. Is there wings in there? Oh, shoot. Don't got time. We just wrecked them fools.
You did. That was Joe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Renegade's gonna quit watching our stream because he said it before. He can't stand a competent Joe.
Well, I
Did
just
you
fell
not
off the
pick up
mountain.
that
There's your
crown?
incompetence. It died before I could get it.
Oh, my bot just died too.
I got the mythic DMR though. Where are these truckers? Where are you? What the heck is that noise? It's laughing.
I think it's from that bot that's out front.
Heck, what's higher? Oh, she's dead.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't shoot me just being out in the open there. Storm? Move up here?
Yeah. I marked the red mark where the storm's edge is.
Okay.
Just looking for him.
Oh, I just got hit by him.
Oh, there it is.
They're coming up in the air.
Oh, shit.
I'm dead. In water.
Man, bastard. I literally did not see them. Like, wherever they were hiding, I have no idea.
They were along they ran along the sheet or the storm, and then once they got to Lavish, they just rode the bush line until they jumped on us, and then they took their wings and jumped on us.
Renegade, if you're still here, after we end the show, I have to go over something with you that was quite hilarious. So remind me. I'll tell you about it after we get off the air as well, Joe.
Okay.
I looked down at my watch and my wife had texted me, and it was pretty good. So, Joe, my question then for you is, who else, is there anyone that you can think of that falls into that category of coulda, shoulda, woulda been, and like how it works out, right? I mean, the thing
over the history of time.
well, so yeah, like here's the thing I'll tell you. Excuse me. I found an article when we were talking about this. I was looking into, besides Bregman, who has turned into legitimately one of the best players in the league, the big league right now. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an Astros fan, but he really is. Even though, by the way, side story, if you ever watch him, he is fast, but when he runs, he looks like he's the slowest person on the fucking field. Just FYI. If you ever watch him run, he looks like he's running in slow motion.
He runs bow-legged.
Yeah, and it's like this weird, anyways. But besides Bregman, there was only like one other name that even stuck out to me as a compensation pick in the first round or whatever, the first couple of rounds, that was, somebody worth going, let's go home. This might be our last game. And I can't even remember who it was now off the top of my head. So it wasn't anybody that was like great or anything, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, there hasn't been a whole lot of those kind of picks.
It's also really cut down. It used to be a rather frequent thing. The last one I can remember is Kamar Rocker. But I can't, maybe there's been more since then, but
yeah,
it's usually pitchers or position players that have those UCL or elbow issues or just can't pass a physical.
Yeah.
Pedro Alvarez was one with Vanderbilt that ended up going to the Orioles, but had the same motor situation. I'm sure it happens more than I remember, but.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like, I was mentioning at the top when we were talking about this, J.D. Drew is the first time that I remember it being a thing.
Right.
Now, in doing some of the research, apparently, and I could not follow it.
Back in the day, it was a thing, like in the 60s, 70s, 80s.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is there was one that was, it was hard for me to even understand because there was like a bunch of shit with it, but apparently Tom Seaver was drafted like 4 times or something, and it was a big old cluster.
A lot of times back then, what happened was if you weren't drafted to play right away in the majors, for me, a guy like Al Kaline comes to mind. He played starting when he was 18 and 19 in Major League Baseball. You just got drafted again, or went to college, or found a different avenue.
And that's crazy to me that is the way it was. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it doesn't seem like that should be the situation. But, like I said,
a
was
fun
the first
one?
one I remember.
It's not the same avenue, but it kind of is. Tony Gwynn in 83, 80, whenever he was drafted.
When he was drafted by the Clippers?
Yeah, he was drafted the same day by the Clippers.
Yep. No, we've actually mentioned that here on the show before.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, forgot about that.
Because that was one of the trivia questions about when we were talking about he has more assists at San Diego State than he had strikeouts in the big leagues or something like that.
That's so crazy.
But, yeah, just don't have that kind of situation happen and have it in the news. So it's weird. So then the flip side of it is what happens to these guys when they are drafted and then they're traded and then end up going on to something special. Which, I know we've talked about a couple of those guys that have done that already, but...
Your biggest fear as a fan is if your team is trading players to a rebuilding team, that you're giving away the future.
Yep.
Like, think of all the Reds trades recently where teams gave up some really good pieces. They really didn't get much out of it. They got Luis Castillo for a half a season.
Oh, no, because you're talking about with Seattle, right? He's still there.
Yeah, but he's still there now. Yeah.
But no, I understand what you're saying. That's the scary part when it comes to prospect trading at any point.
Yep.
I mean, and look, I keep going back to this one, and again, I'm actually not trying to be an asshole about this, but the Verlander trade for us worked out, all right? Like,
yes.
Hey, we got the World Series out of it, and if you're okay with that, then that's fine. Now, we got lucky in the fact that, obviously he was in Houston for more than just that half-season rental. But, how many times do you have that where it doesn't happen? Like the flip side of that, again, in Astros history is look at Randy Johnson. I mean, he was here for
half
what,
a year.
2 months?
Yep.
So, and look, I'm not even going to pretend that I know what they gave up for him. But, you do think about that kind of stuff. Now, again, if you
like
get the World Series and you're ready for it and you win the World Series, then that's
it don't matter.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I will say that's been one of my things that I've liked the most for the Astros out of their run that's been here recently is
they're not afraid.
Yeah, like they know, and they've done that where they've made those trades knowing that it's going to work out, because they're in their window. Now, it's really funny to say this, but you wouldn't think the fourth largest city in the country has a small market mentality and has to think about when they're in and out of their window. But,
right.
I can tell you, before Jim Crane bought the Astros, they started the rebuild process, obviously, which was infamous. Everybody knows about that. But it's not like people were going to Minute Maid. I'll just tell you that right now. I've told this story before. Right after I moved down here to Houston, I think it was the first year I lived here. My wife got tickets from her work, and we went to an Astros game. And
that was the red uniforms too, wasn't it?
No, they had just switched over. No, the game that, honestly, I don't remember.
Remember those ugly red uniforms
I hated
used
the
to wear?
red uniforms. They were still in the National League. This game that I'm talking about right now.
Okay.
But I don't remember exactly what year it was. Yeah, hey, there's wings right here. Low Meals just even commented, you could buy a ticket at the top for $2 and walk down the front row lower bowl in 2011.
Nice.
Yeah, it was empty. But the story that I always
that's the
tell,
price you pay. That's the price you pay to get to where you are now.
They are now. Exactly, 100%.
Yeah.
But the story that I always tell is we got these tickets, and they were in a suite, right? And so it was awesome, food and beer and all that good stuff. But it was a Reds game, and Joey Votto came up to bat. And I remember I got up there and I stood up out on the seats in front of the suite, and I was clapping because I've always liked Joey Votto. And Low Meal said they moved the American League in 2013. Yeah, I think it was the last year in the National League is the game I'm talking about. But so, like, I was out on at the chairs in front of the suite, and I was clapping for Joey Votto. And granted, I'm in Astros gear, right? That stadium was still so empty at that point that on the broadcast, you could hear me clapping for Joey Votto. That's how empty the juice box was. Now, what I can tell you on the flip side of that is, my wife, because of her job, we've had a chance to go to a lot of big Astros games. I was there in 17 in the American League Championship Series. I actually had to go to work and traveled to Ohio. So my wife was at, I think, Game 5 of the World Series that year. But, we were there, and I'll never forget, being in that stadium when it's rocking it is a spectacle. I swear to God, I know the roof's usually closed, But I kid you not, I have felt Jose Altuve knock the leaf off track.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, because, yeah, I mean, it will straight up just be jumping. So I get it. And I mean, again, it was worth it for, in my opinion, to deal with what we dealt with during those lean years, because this is legitimately one of the best runs that any team has ever went on.
It goes back to the point of what we're talking about, in the sense that, take the Tigers compared to the Astros, basically doing the same thing at the same time, or doing it differently, trying to do the same thing at a different time is what I was trying to say.
There you go. Yeah.
The Tigers missed on so many players. The Astros did not miss. Yes, they had the Mark Appels every once in a while, but you cannot. It shows you how hard it is in baseball, and that we're watching it with the Reds right now, and we'll know in 3 to 5 years from now whether they hit or they miss.
Yeah.
It looks like they've hit right now, but how hard it is to get a Bregman,
zip line,
a Correa, all those guys that they got.
And that's the thing, like, I was going to mention that one as well. It's funny that you bring up Correa, because when they had, I just slid down a hill. I wasn't trying to slide down. When they got Correa, that was also the same year that, because they were able to get him for under slot value, they were able to use, I think they're in here, they were able to use some of that savings to select and sign Lance McCullers Jr., I think it was, out of that same draft in the same round.
That's crazy.
And I know he's been hurt, but when he's on the diamond, he is a lights-out pitcher. And he
came out of the bullpen in the World Series
and threw like 32 straight curveballs. They knew what was coming, and they still couldn't hit it.
One down. Two down.
So, yeah, when you have a couple of those that you hit together, that's obviously what makes all the difference in the world.
And it just shows you can't miss. You cannot make mistakes when you're trying to rebuild. And if you hit and you build a team that lasts for what now, Mike? 10 years?
So the first year that they made the playoffs was 2015.
So yeah, coming up on 10 years.
Yep.
Because of what they built, they can sustain losing a Correa. They can sustain and keep building, and they didn't miss. They replaced him with a guy that might even be even better at the end of the day when this career's over.
Well, I'm not going to give Pena that love just yet, because after his rookie season, he's kind of leveled out. But he has the potential. I mean, he was what was the ALCS or World Series MVP?
ALCS. World Series MVP, yeah. He went off the chains. But the point is, those organizations...
I don't know what you're talking about, Low Neal.
Those organizations that continue to have success... Take the Tigers, for example. They have a 4A guy that they put in at shortstop the next year. They don't have a plan, an organized plan with what they've done with their minor leagues to be able to fix that. Now that has changed for the Tigers. Speaking of getting guys though, that things worked out.
Hold on just a second, Joe. So I just had in my comments, someone says, I'm half listening. Sorry, but the Astros existed before you moved to Texas and made the playoffs in 1980. Now, we know that. We're talking about the current run that they're on. It started in 2015.
Yep.
So go ahead, Joe. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Just wanted to clarify that for the audience.
Yeah, we love the Killer Bees, and we love Mike Hampton, and we love Scott, and we love well, you do. I don't. Anyways, it's just it's a big separation when you see that 10-year run and what they continue to do.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is the biggest pull that the Tigers ever get that they got from another organization. It's not JD Martinez, but it's from the same organization, and it's because of trash cans. Without the situation, without the situation in Houston, however it works out, like we never get a manager like AJ Hinch in Detroit if it's not for how that went down.
Oh no! If that doesn't happen the way it did, AJ Hinch is still the manager in Houston. 100%.
Or he's at a top tier organization. Not that the Tigers aren't
there is a medallion
good organization, but
coming on you. That's why I'm moving back out towards Grand Glacier.
I've got wings. I'm just here chatting.
And look, I've said this before too. I was highly mad. Like I was angry that they didn't go back and rehire him like the Red Sox did with
like Cora.
But no, it worked out. The one that I'm really surprised by, and I understand he's also tainted, but I can't believe nobody went and got Jeff Luna.
Yeah, that one doesn't make sense to me. Because
last
not
time
just
I checked,
because
I think he's actually running a soccer team in Mexico.
Really?
Yep. Like I think he bought. Now he runs it.
Talk about what you want with cheating and banging trash cans. He built a whole system on how to compete and build an organization and continuously thrive through the minor leagues.
Oh yeah.
Like the Astros weren't doing it at the level that without him. Some of the things in trades that he made, they're like Hall of Fame level.
I bought a sniper since there's only 8 people left, so.
Yeah,
I got a good one with a good scope.
I'll take the bad one.
That one was.
I'm gonna try and buy a.
It was just sitting there, so.
I'm gonna get a terrible one though.
But yeah, like it does. It amazes me that nobody has tried to bring him back into the game.
Well, doesn't he have kind of a reputation of being not easy to work with? Work for, I mean.
I never really knew of that. Let's move up towards that mountain. But, I mean, again, there's a good chance that I just wasn't paying attention to it. Never mind. Don't go to that mountain. We need to go this way.
Where did you mark?
Okay. He could have. I mean, like I said,
there's people at the building across from this mountain. There were emails that were leaked, I think, or something like that, that talked about how he was just mean in emails or something. I can't remember fully.
Are you sure you're not thinking of John Gruden?
Yeah, I'm sure. It wasn't anything to that extent. It was just that he was more strict to people, I guess.
That doesn't surprise me.
They're running towards me.
Where are they?
He's trying to water me from there.
Somebody else shot at him.
Really? They ran right back in the building.
Oh, yep, up by the weather tower. 116 on the guy that just shot you. Yeah, he's up in here somewhere. There he is again. He just slid
He's
down.
coming down.
Just watch the storm. Oh, we got the spot. Perfect. Don't use it all, Joe. You're full. Where are you going?
Oops. I did not mean to do that, Mike.
There you go. Clear out any of our...
I was just holding on too long.
Let them fight.
Okay. I can't help it. They're right there. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, up on the mountain above us. Son of a bitch. Oh, I'm fucking dead.
I've got med kits on my body.
Oh, I got one.
I can throw you one. I can throw you a med kit, Mike. Oh.
That was a hell of a
drop
snipe. You should have seen the that guy. All right, I'm gonna go back to the lobby.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so Joe, I think it's definitely fun to go back and look at the at some of the possibilities that these guys, you know, that of what could have been in Major League Baseball. And we'll do this again when we start looking at some NFL draft busts, probably as we get closer to the draft, which is later this month, right?
Yep, April.
So, you know, we'll be able
In
to talk
Detroit.
about some of those. But yeah, no, I think it's fun to look at it. And then I know we talked about this, but we'll have another one here soon about kind of what you were leaning on with the with regards to guys that had been with a team either in the minors or made it, you know, a cup of coffee and never really panned out and then went somewhere else and excelled. So we'll be able to talk about some of that. We're also going to continue our Mount Rushmore series here before too long, get back into that. Tomorrow, though, is Trivia Thursday. Have you put together any trivia questions for us yet?
You are going to be in for the rudest awakening. I'm going to ask you all baseball questions from 1855. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't say, is there any
Moonlight Graham pitch for the... No, I'm just kidding.
Is there going to be any women's basketball trivia? So I know what to study up on.
No, there will not be.
Perfect.
Because all I can tell you is about Deanna Taurasi, who I had a huge crush on for most of my, even though it wouldn't have worked out. And
because she's taller than you?
No, because she does not like men. And also Caitlin Clark. So that's it. That's all I got.
All right.
Cheryl Swoops.
I feel like there's like one or two other WNBA people I could name, like Sue Bird.
Candace Parker.
Yeah,
Sue
Candace
Bird.
Parker. Yeah, and now we're about, that's like my hockey knowledge. That's about the extent of that as well.
Katie Smith of the Ohio State Buckeyes.
There you go. All right, well, we'll get some trivia tomorrow. Joe, appreciate you being here. We did end up having a little bit more success today, although we didn't get any extremely awesome clips like the one we had yesterday with the glitchy death thing that we did. But real quick, before we go, there's a couple people that are still watching. What's your Twitch account? What's your TikTok account? I think you went on mute. Joe. Okay, well, so much for that then. Well, you can find Joe's information right here. If you look over my shoulder, you'll see the dynamic follow button. There he is. You'll see the dynamic follow button. Make sure you click on Joe's account. Give him some love. Same username at TikTok. Mine, obviously, is the same username everywhere. So TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. Appreciate y'all being here. We will see you tomorrow for Trivia Tuesday. Joe, thanks a lot. Peace out.
Peace.
I need yogurt.